The first time I heard about Twin Oaks was when we still lived in North Carolina. Mom and Dad were down visiting and telling us about this new church they were going to. Dad was so excited about finding a church that sang good old Southern gospel. Little did we know that the Lord would lead us back to Virginia and to Twin Oaks. The first time we visited Twin Oaks, we were treated like family. I had never felt so welcome and accepted in a church before, nor had I ever felt the presence of the Holy Spirit so strongly. Twin Oaks has been an integral part of my family's life. We have experienced mountain highs and valley lows as a family and as a church family. We have celebrated births, deaths, and the most precious to me, the salvation of all three of my children. In all these things, the Lord has given us a sense of peace and purpose at Twin Oaks. We have consoled and have been consoled. We have rejoiced with others, and others have rejoiced with us. I am very thankful to the Lord for Twin Oaks and for the obedience of the people He called out to begin our church.
God is our refuge and strength, a very present help in time of trouble. When I think about Twin Oaks, what it's meant to me over the years, the one word that I believe best describes it is refuge. We came here 11 years ago, and like so many who have came after us, we came from another church, and it's always difficult when you leave a church to come looking for a new church home and just apprehensive and not sure what to expect. We came to Twin Oaks and really didn't know anybody. We came in the driveway, and before we get out of the vehicle, Steve Spencer met us in the parking lot. I didn't know who he was at the time, but he just introduced himself and took us to our classes, and we were a little bit early. The teachers were already there. I know Faye Ramsey was Rachel's teacher, and she was just so gracious and had such a smile on her face. And then we went to the nursery, and Kathy Mason was over the nursery at the time, and he took Sarah there, and they were just so genuine and so gracious, and it just made us feel so good. And we went in Paul's class and the couples class, and it felt like home from the first day. I've told my girls the most unusual part of it all was an hour later when we went back to get them, the teacher still had a smile on their face. They didn't know my girls too well at that time. I know it's been difficult with the two services for people to feel as close, and it's been difficult for us to know everybody. I know before the Lord called Teresa home, I was up the Ferrum clinic working, and I told one of the nurses up there, I said, well, Teresa Spencer works up here, doesn't she? She said, yeah. And I said, we go to church with her. She looked at me kind of funny and said, so do I. And I didn't know her, I was sorry to say, and there's so many folks here now that we don't know. So it's really been difficult to maintain that intimacy within the church, the friendship and the fellowship, and just to feel like a family. I remember serving on the long-range planning committee, and we came to the conclusion that the only thing we could do, because the attendance was so high, is to go to two services. And it was a difficult decision. But the one thing that I remember saying is that everybody deserves the same opportunity that we had to visit Twin Oaks, to know what Twin Oaks is about, and to be a part of Twin Oaks. And that has meant so much to me. The other thing I think of that came out of the Long Range Planning Committee was our motto, and really it was all the church was. At that time, we just put it in words, and that is whatever it takes for Jesus, that in all things He might have the preeminence. And that's who Twin Oaks is. Nobody's got a hidden agenda. The only agenda that's here is Jesus Christ. And I'm just so thankful to have been a part of that fellowship for the last 11 years, and just so proud of those who had the foresight to start that church and to be the people that they were in seeking God. And some of the greatest times I can remember at Twin Oaks is the prayer times, the Friday night prayer meetings, and just the people of prayer, people who are genuine and people who really love God and their desires to serve Him. And I don't know of anything else that they'd rather do than to be who Jesus wants them to be. I'm just, again, just so thankful to be a part of it.